As Uganda awaits 2025 examination results, a look back at how the Uganda Certificate of Education exams were conducted. As candidates, parents, schools, and the wider public patiently await the release of the 2025 Uganda Certificate of Education examination results in 2026, attention has turned to how the national examinations were conducted and the measures that were put in place to safeguard their credibility. The 2025 Uganda Certificate of Education examinations officially commenced on October 13, 2025, marking a critical academic milestone for hundreds of thousands of learners across the country. The examinations were administered by the Uganda National Examinations Board, the statutory body mandated to conduct national assessments in Uganda. A total of 432,159 candidates sat for the examinations nationwide, making the 2025 cycle one of the largest in recent years. Candidates were drawn from both government and private secondary schools, as well as special examination centers across the country. Extensive security measures to protect examination integrity. At the start of the examinations, the Uganda National Examinations Board assured the nation that strict security arrangements had been put in place to ensure fairness, transparency, and integrity throughout the examination period. Speaking to the press in Kampala, the board's public relations officer, Jennifer Kaliel-Muzamba, stated that the examinations were conducted under heightened supervision and monitoring to eliminate malpractice and protect the value of the national certificate. According to the board, a total of 1,452 examination scouts, about 20,000 invigilators, and 546 security personnel were deployed across the country. These personnel were responsible for supervising examination centers, escorting examination materials, monitoring storage facilities, and responding to any security-related concerns during the examination period. The board emphasized that security deployment was preventive in nature and aimed at maintaining public confidence in the national assessment system. Candidate composition and gender distribution. The Uganda National Examinations Board statistics showed a relatively balanced gender distribution among the candidates who sat for the 2025 examinations. Of the total number of candidates, 52.7% were female, 47.3% were male. Education stakeholders have since noted that the figures reflect continued progress in access to secondary education for both boys and girls across the country. Special arrangements for learners with disabilities. In line with its policy on inclusive assessment, the Uganda National Examinations Board made special arrangements for candidates with disabilities to ensure that no learner was disadvantaged. The 2025 examinations included 28 blind candidates, 60 deaf candidates, 113 candidates with low vision, and 73 candidates with severe physical disabilities. To support these learners, the board deployed an additional 190 trained support personnel, including guides and interpreters. Eligible candidates were also granted an extra 45 minutes to complete their examination papers, in recognition of their specific needs. The board reaffirmed its commitment to inclusive education, stating that national examinations must reflect fairness and equity for all learners. Examination theme and assessment approach. The 2025 Uganda Certificate of Education examinations were conducted under the theme Embracing Security and Holistic Assessment of Learners in a Dynamic Environment. The theme highlighted the board's focus on strengthening examination security while promoting a broader and more balanced evaluation of learners' competencies in an evolving education environment. Firm warning against examination malpractice. During the examination period, the Uganda National Examinations Board issued repeated warnings to candidates, teachers, parents, and the general public against involvement in examination malpractice. The board cautioned the public against fraudsters claiming to possess or sell examination papers, noting that such claims were illegal and misleading. Jennifer Kaliel-Muzamba reminded the public that unauthorized possession of any material claimed to be an examination paper is a criminal offense under Sections 24 and 25 of the Uganda National Examinations Board Act, Cap 259. Penalties for offenders. The Uganda National Examinations Board has consistently emphasized that examination malpractice is a serious criminal offense punishable under the law. Individuals found guilty of engaging in any form of examination irregularities, including leakage, impersonation, possession of unauthorized materials, or collusion, face severe penalties as provided for in the Uganda National Examinations Board Act. Under the law, offenders risk a fine of up to 1,000 currency points, which is equivalent to approximately 20 million Uganda shillings. In addition to financial penalties, offenders may also face imprisonment for a period not exceeding 5 years. In some cases, courts may impose both a fine and a custodial sentence, depending on the severity of the offense. The board has made it clear that liability does not stop with candidates alone. Teachers, invigilators, supervisors, and any other officials who assist, encourage, or facilitate cheating are equally culpable and subject to prosecution. The Uganda National Examinations Board has warned that professional status, position, or years of service will not shield anyone from accountability where evidence of malpractice is established. The strong penalties are intended to deter malpractice and to protect the credibility of national examinations, which play a critical role in determining learners' academic and professional futures. Reporting mechanisms and whistleblower protection. To further strengthen accountability and public participation in safeguarding examination integrity, the Uganda National Examinations Board activated a dedicated hotline during the examination period to receive reports of suspected malpractice. Members of the public, including parents, teachers, security personnel, and candidates themselves, were encouraged to report any suspicious activities. The board assured the public that all reports would be handled with strict confidentiality. Whistleblowers were guaranteed protection under established policies, with assurances that their identities would not be disclosed. The board also indicated that credible information leading to the prevention or exposure of malpractice could attract compensation, in line with its internal guidelines. This reporting mechanism was aimed at promoting collective responsibility in protecting the national examination system and discouraging silence in the face of wrongdoing. Examinations conducted smoothly nationwide. By the close of the examination period, the Uganda National Examinations Board reported that the 2025 Uganda Certificate of Education examinations had been conducted smoothly across most parts of the country. Examination materials were delivered on time to all centers, and coordination between education officials and security agencies remained effective throughout the exercise. Weather conditions were generally favorable, enabling candidates to access their examination centers without major difficulty. The board noted that no widespread disruptions were recorded, and isolated incidents were handled promptly by supervisors and security personnel. As Uganda now awaits the release of the 2025 Uganda Certificate of Education examination results in 2026, the board has reiterated its commitment to transparency, accuracy, and professionalism in marking, grading, and results processing. Parents, candidates, and schools have been urged to remain patient as the final stages of assessment are completed, with the board stressing that credibility, fairness, and integrity remain the guiding principles of the entire process. As Uganda continues to wait for the official release of the 2025 Uganda Certificate of Education examination results in 2026, Uganda Prime News remains committed to keeping you informed with accurate, timely, and credible updates. The 2025 examinations marked a major national milestone, with over 432,000 candidates sitting the exams under tight security arrangements coordinated by the Uganda National Examinations Board. From the nationwide deployment of invigilators and security personnel, to special arrangements made for learners with disabilities, the examination process was conducted with a strong focus on integrity, inclusiveness, and fairness. The board also issued firm warnings against examination malpractice, clearly outlining heavy penalties for offenders and activating reporting mechanisms to safeguard the credibility of the national assessment system. As the marking, grading, and verification processes continue behind the scenes, parents, candidates, and schools across the country are understandably eager for the release date. The Uganda National Examinations Board has reassured the public that accuracy and transparency remain top priorities, emphasizing that results will only be released once all procedures are fully completed. At Uganda Prime News, we understand how important this period is for candidates and their families. That is why we are closely following every development and will be among the first to bring you verified information as soon as the official release date is announced. White right pointing backhand index. Please take a moment to like this video to help us reach more viewers who are also waiting for these important results. White right pointing backhand index. Subscribe to Uganda Prime News so you never miss any updates on national examinations, education news, and other major stories shaping Uganda. White right pointing backhand index. Comment below and let us know where you are watching from, which school or district you are supporting, and your expectations as we wait for the 2025 results release in 2026. Your engagement helps us grow, improve our content, and continue serving you as a trusted source of news. Share this update with friends, parents, teachers, and candidates who may also be anxiously waiting for the results. Stay calm, stay hopeful, and stay connected with Uganda Prime News, your trusted source for Ugandan news.